Without Jesus, what are we? Where are we without Jesus? You know, it's so sad to see people who think they're doing good and that they are good. Like we've just heard that testimony of that man this morning. It always said was he was good. Good is not enough. Good is not enough. We need to cling to Jesus. We need to love him. We need to walk in his ways, and we need to know his commandments and to want to be obedient and to follow him. Because only then can we say what number 5 is, come to that, which is to serve him with all our hearts and with all our souls. You know, to me it's no accident that this serving came after all the other 4. Because it's only when you love the Lord and are walking in his ways and know his commandments and are clinging to him that you can serve him out of a pure heart. Because it's so easy in this area to be ruled by flesh. It's so easy to let pride get in the way. Whether it's pride that says, what a good job I'm doing, you know, I'm the bee's knees. Or else to get upset and said, they don't appreciate me. Why do I bother doing that for them? No, it can be the top or the bottom. But whatever it is, it's still pride. You know, and none of us are exempt from this, from the temptation of pride coming into our lives. So what is service before God? How can we define what is service before God? Well, Jesus again is our example, and follow what he said. If you turn to the Gospel of John and chapter 8 and verses 28 and 29. The Gospel of John, chapter 8 and verses 28 and 29. Then Jesus said to them, when you lift up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as my Father taught me, I speak these things. And he who sent me is with me. The Father has not left me alone, for I always do those things that please him. Jesus always did those things that pleased the Father. And we started where he said, when you lift up the Son of Man. No, pleasing his Father, and out of love for his Father, Jesus consented to the cross. He was willing to go to the cross, we know that. He was willing to go because he only did the will of his Father, and because he loved his Father. There was nothing of self in him, only the desire to please his Father. And if you turn back to John chapter 5 and verse 30, John 5 and verse 30. I can of myself do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is righteous, because I do not seek my own will, but the will of the Father who sent me. He could do nothing of himself, but only that of the will of the Father. And then in chapter 6 and verse 29, then Jesus answered and said to them, this is the work of God, that you believe in him whom he sent. So how do we serve him? What is our work for him? It is to believe in him and to do the will of the Father. We cannot serve him without dying to self. We cannot serve him and do his will if there's any of self up there coming in front of it. Is our service to do the will of the Father? And why should we do it? Because we love him. If you're asked, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? Why do you go to church on Sunday? Why don't you swear? Why don't you get angry and tell them off of all these things? We need to be able to answer. And is it because we love him and can say that we love him? Why we love him? Because we want to walk in his ways. And why do we want to walk in his ways? Why do we need to know his commandments? Why do we need to cling to him? And why do we serve him? It's our choice. It's our choice to choose what we do. But let us always be ready when someone asks us to know not just what we believe, but why we believe it. That we're always ready to give an answer to those whom we come across. And as we've also been singing this morning, that our lives are different. They should be. People should be asking us, why are you different? Why are you salt and light? Why are you these things? And we need to be able to give them an answer which is Jesus.